TMO Online Television, its associates and affiliates may not be liable for views expressed on this show. Viewer discretion advised.
I've survived the assassinations. 2 days ago, I survived an assassination. Never see Mumoto Ngabajirap. The Bangobere recuperation. Never come with Tara Mumoto and Langa Sidim, Atenga Mwini. Nadeja Danko, Bamba de jacket black, Bamba de Purico board. Nadeja Bako Kamwesas, Nene doors and West Babunets. Back we touch Mumoto Kabamburi. I'm a superhuman.
Serious?
Yes. I took it Nakasoka. What would the Valley Baga Sabaja Bango? Iraku board. Ninjuvamu Motokanimba confronting. One fled towards Natet, another one towards Kampala, Bas Nemuta. We are superhuman. When the ADF was defeated and disintegrated, it formed an assassination wing, which is paid for by people in the government to assassinate people.
Hey.
Mu ADF mwavamu akabinja k'abatemu akaliwo ng'abali mu gavumenti be bakakozesa okutta abantu.
Hey. Serious?
Yes. Era
abasigalawo
yali agenda okutta Nakyobe, ye yanumbye ewange, era yemu yetega boom. Abali mu gavumenti be bakikozesa. This gang is used by government people. Gang ekola bweti. The gang leaders are not known to you. They sell their services. So anybody who wants to kill somebody approaches the agents. The agents are known, but the executors are not known. Okitegedde kano ka group ka squad bakagula abo mu government bayina ba brokers ababagula battabantu. The same group ya Bakatumba Wamala, the same group ya Nakyobe, the same group ya Badde Numi yaganuma emirundi eki.
Your argument Mzee, this is a group of ADF that is sponsored by people in the government?
Yes.
What do they want to achieve?
This is a group of ADF that survived and turned themselves into
a hired
group. Ngabula Baba mercenaries is a group that is hired by government people to kill people, their opponents. A group of age. That's why when as you move towards it to capture it, basuspects babata sente no mubba ni mubba sente mwabata zikowa ni mwabata ko sente mujezire kawo mujja kuduka bomba aliruda waba nubi bakola bombo. Where is bombo? Mumuzimbye mu bantu bajja bibba tujja kutuka kesera omuntu abuze iyo muzimbo ya nani si yangu muzimbo ya nani iyo muzimbo akuba wa baduka abegane bizimbe bya abaduka iyo muzimbo ya nani muzimbo kuba ya nani si yangu sijui baduka bana abali sente za covid balwamira manga duka bamubuza million za dollar waziteka balwamira they will die without respond in their homes.
I see.
Omulabe baduka nga bebakadde setume sente baziyite endogo yi babanonyo bamu
babasanga kufamu
olabe balwamira mabasempijja abali sente nga batema iyo muzimbo ya nani muzimba kuba ya nani si yangu sijui nga omulabe baduka lwamira abadde ateekawo kalusu ne babente ekiro ne bazitwala kalusu n'amala emyaka 10 ku balaalo banno.
Mbalamusizaako nnyo mwena gye musinzira okubanga mulaba TM Online Television yenze Kanka Kapita. Abasikawutu abazimbi abayitibwa Stone Roofing and Construction Company bakulirwa omusikawutu ayitibwa Nkooyooyo Erisa Kiwana ava mu famire y'Abankooyooyo. Nkulayirira nga nkugamba bano be bazimbi bokka abaasigaza ensa mu kuyambako okutuukiriza ebirooto byo. Bazimbi bakubi ba pulaani batunuulira polotiyo gye wagula mu butono bwayo ba mu bugazi ne bakubirako pulaani. Weetaagisa kubakubirako ennamba y'essimu ogulewo fayiro bategeere balambula ettaka lyonna liwagula ne balikunoonyererezaako oba ttuufu bw'oba tonateekako nkulaakulana yonna ate bwe bamaliriza ne babeera nga bakuzimbira. Nkooyo Yerisa Kiwana ne kampuni ya Stone Roofing and Construction Company bayiiya nnyo nti baddidde tekinologiya owaffe gwe tuzze naye ow'omwana w'omuddugavu naddala ow'omuganda wano bamwongeramu katono ne bamuimproving oba ne bamulinnyisa eddaala n'osobola okufuna ekintu ekirungi ku muwendo ogusembayo okubeera ogwa wansi. Kwata ssimu y'okubira kampuni ya Stone Roofing and Construction Company oba kati genda ku ofiisi zaabwe eziri e Nansana bw'oyita ku Municipal Council n'onoonya we bayita ku kisaawe kya Municipal ojja kuba okunukkiriza olengere ennyumba enseresa amayinja. Mama Mukisa owa Mukisa Habo Clinic wane Kisaasi Kulambiro ajja Dubai okubanga ajjanjaba bannayuganda mwena abalina obulwadde bw'amaaso. Mama Mukisa n'abatali Dubai mwena bannayuganda, Mama Mukisa alina obukugu mu kujjanjaba amaaso ng'akozesa nzijanjaba eyaffe eya wano ey'eddagala lya Habo. Tewali kika ky'amaaso kirema Mama Mukisa. Abalina abaana abalina obulwadde bwa hydrocephalus mwena abalina abaana abazimba emitwe njagala musobole okubanga mwogerako ne Mama Mukisa. Nammwe mwenna ng'emisango gikutawaanya Mama Mukisa mukuba akaama omusango naye guba guli ku poliisi oba guli mu kkooti oba guli luddawa mujja kuba mwogerezeganya naddala mmwe ng'okkiriza nti onyigiriziddwa mu nsalawo oba mu nkwasisa y'amateeka gy'oba okwatiddwamu. Kubirako ku Mama Mukisa ku namba z'amasimu ne wansi ku video programu ng'egenda mu maaso amasimu ga kampuni ezo services z'ennanga gabeerawo gakoppeko weeyambe services ezo osobole okubanga ofuna obuyambi. Kali tugenze mu kudiscussinga oba okwogera ku nsonga y'olunaku olwaleero.
Tubalamusizzaako nnyo mwenna gye musinziira ne mutabani wa Mole n'amatovu Miruni Joseph Tamale Miruni Singa olwaleero ku nsonga enkulu eziri mu ggwanga. Muzeeyi gye baliko ssimu
kale
abantu babuuza mu bibuuzo wali how it looks to withstand abantu b'omanyi nti batemu gwe n'obakuba Monday to Sunday era abasinga balina stubborn argument.
I've survived the assassinations. 2 days ago I survived an assassination because I returned their vehicle, the official government vehicle, 2 weeks ago. My driver was a reckless man who was using it for taxi business.
A government vehicle for taxi business?
Yava munema badde motoka agikozesa gundi bwegwako kafyu agivuga bw'atambula n'amala ku mbaga bagipangisa n'enkigoba kuba one motoka mwe mubeera buto nga atandise okunjogera ddala nze tankubira gwe tewasoma nze nasoma onvuge. I told him to return their vehicle because I had received reliable information that the terrorists were going to strike. This is what amazes me. If a man like me, using my media resources, I can establish a credible intelligence organization, M.i.S.O, which has helped me to survive for the last 8 years. How can I fail to run an institution like a M.i.S.O on military intelligence with all of the resources available? Recruitment is a problem. Mu myaka 35 mwali badde mulina specialized groups forensic nga basoma
tebazirina.
Mwali badde mulina a well established network nti umanya abasajja abo abakoloni kye bakola. Abakoloni beeyambisa obukatuliki okukwata ababbi. Abakatuliki baga nti sacramental ya penitentia gyogenda n'ogamba faaza nti nasobezza nti faaza tasobola kwogera
mu kasenge
era ne bagamba tifaaza omu kabaka yamutta akanya okwogera ngaluza mukazi w'emwenzi kati abasajja bagendanga criminals ne bagenda benenya fetwa segundi ye faaza ali eri mu dakanisi ono ali eno bweru ekitegeeza ali mu dakanisi alaba ono tamulaba
kituufu
mwasaani mwanange mwasaani mulambo mwagutaddewa mwamutidde ki kati nga oyo faaza abuulira eroko DC omuzungu ne bakikola inisaaki ewe tiwaliwo omusajja nga bamuyita Robert yali muserikale wa poliisi ng'emmotoka ya poliisi bagiyita tenda oba bakuntumi tenda nga kiringa kisaanikire si baasi kyali kimotoka nga kikanga nnyo bakiyita tenda
singa bino ebiriwo waliwo akalinga akayumba kebaleetera Besigye
kakati endo soma akatabo kayita omuzimu gwa kasooba abasajja bonna
nabirabako n'emizannyo
bonna bali tayalizi abavudde mu magye abasomesa abawumudde abakadde deyaloolo is to gather information. Israeli erina constitution yekugamba tinga local army nga magye ga Israeli tegannaba kujja mwina okulwana essaawa 24 ku kyalo ekitegeera buli veteran yenna mulimu balimanga abasajja bali miti waggulu with all the demobilization amagye ge twali tuyina if these people were properly paid singa twali insecurity mu Uganda.
Kakubuuze mzee zino attacks z'okulumba nga gye wawonye ennaku 2 emabega gwozitegeera oti?
Zitegeera bifo ati wulira obutambi obutambi tobuwulira?
Mbuwulira.
Akanakyo this group, let me explain to you. When the ADF was defeated and disintegrated, it formed an assassination wing which is paid for by people in the government to assassinate people. Mu ADF mwavamu akabinja k'abatemu akaliwo ng'abali mu gavumenti be bakakozesa okutta abantu.
Serious?
Yes. When ADF disintegrated, it formed the survivors, the remnants, formed a group, an assassinate group that is paid money to assassinate people by government people. Is a hired ganga. Kati ganga eyo
bwe bagimalawo abasigalawo
yali agenda okutta Nakyobe ye yanumbye ewange era yemu yeteka boom abali mu government be bagikozesa. This ganga is used by government people but ganga eyo ekola bweti. The ganga leaders are not known to you. They sell their services. So anybody who wants to kill somebody approaches the agents. The agents are known, but the executors are not known. Okitegedde kano ka group ka squad bakagula abomu government bayina ba brokers ababagula batta abantu. The same group ya Bakatumba Wamala, the same group ya Yese Nakyobe, the same group ya Badde Numbi yaganume emirundi egi naye ngimanyi kubanga ninamu yo mwennyini abantu. Do you know that at one time they wanted to attack my Chengera home and they were prevailed over by their commander? They tried to kill me. They prevailed over by their commander. I know these people. Mbamanyi.
Why don't you bust them? Why don't you bust the racket?
Katolaba nazayo emotoka yaabwe kuba kino ekisajja kidriver kyabwe kibadde kijipangisa ebeera ku bbaala kiro buli muntu yenna abuliddwa mu kafyu kyekimuvuga embaga kyekigivuga until I knew bajja kuteekamu emmundu bo tebakimanyi ekyo ekisajja kibadde tekirina amagezi lwaki okwekya essomero lyabuddo metron bamukwana ne bamugjawo bagenda kumwendako ne bookya essomero kati kino ekisajja bakigula nekitambuza motoka banzite ate bakikwate era bali kitiddeyo naye bazze mu motoka nga bagirako ne bangoberere ku petrol station ne bakubamu ettala mu motoka nembula nga sirimu ate nga mwendi nadde njagala nkubeko omu bwambadde jaketi black bwambadde buli ku boda nadde njagala bakokamu essasi naye nendowooza nti bwesiba grenades bakubye tochi mu motoka bambuliddwa. I'm a superhuman.
Serious?
Yes. Ate nakasoboka waliwo lwe baagala okunsa bajja bangoberera era ku board ninjivaamu emmotoka nimba confronting one fled towards Natet another one towards Kampala basi nemutta. Me am superhuman.
I see.
Kakati nkubule negamba this is not group YCC. Let me tell you, the Islamic State to attack Uganda for what? Tekuba mwaleta abatalibani. Why haven't they attacked where the former president of Afghanistan? Because for you, I was reading yesterday, they said Afghanis, because of refugees, because of poverty, they are engaged in the child marriages. Batunza abawala baabwe mu Pakistan iruddawa. How many mwe these newspapers monitor the rubbish monitor the big Satan monitor publishes rubbish. Independent monitor, independent of who? You are independent of wisdom. You are independent of knowledge, because mass communication means knowledge, disseminating information.
I see.
Which newspaper in Uganda disseminating the knowledge? Baateka obusajja mu red paper nga bulaba motoka za mpaka. Ugandans are sharpening. Are we seeing white people, Arabs for the first time? In fact, in my tribe, my nationality as a Muganda, the Baganda have a proverb. Omulungi mbwa namaso bw'etabba eyiga. There is a special dog in Buganda which we call namaso. It has like a bisigi. When you see this dog, it's different from other type of dogs, and I think it is only found in Uganda. And they have disappeared.
A dog with eyebrows?
Yes.
Yeah,
we call it namaso, double-eyed. So the Baganda say, a beautiful woman is like that dog. If it fails to hunt, it steals. Omukazi mbwa ya namaso. Omukazi omulungi. I found it in the Chinese culture. A Chinese president or a politician does not marry a beautiful woman. It's only this current president who is married to a beautiful woman. Beautiful women bring misfortunes in the Chinese culture, and I have it in my culture. Yes.
So,
kakati kyenkugamba twali tulwanira abafagani nga tubagazaaki
tewali.
Because if the Afghan women came, they would be married to their fellow Muslims.
Of course.
The people have married Arabs and Muslims. So, but why can the Islamic State attack Uganda? Zero. Monitor. Independent monitor. Independent of what? You are independent.
What they are publishing stories given to them by security agencies.
No, don't turn your newspaper into a dustbin. Me, I cannot turn my head.
Should you deny a report from security?
When I come to defend, I defend only facts, because information, dissemination of information in mass communication means Facts.
I see.
If you don't bring facts, I cannot help you.
Of course.
Kakati Islamic State is in Natulumba. 2. I move to the second question. The second question is, when anybody who is traveling to Masaka will realize global company controls 90% of the passengers. They have a fleet. I don't know who owns it.
Of buses.
Some people say it belongs to Reverend. Other people say it belongs to Franka Tumwebas.
Some people say it belongs to that minister.
So,
I don't know.
If somebody really was a real terrorist, in which bus, if you want to terrorize, to stop trafficking, to paralyze the transport using buses, which bus company would you attack? Swift.
I see.
When Swift, how many Swift buses are there?
He should have targeted global.
Yes.
Because global has many.
Yes.
Various of them on the same route.
If a global bus is attacked, then the transport is paralyzed. So if you don't attack a global, which will lead, that's why Museveni staked his Ssaako in Luero triangle. People don't know why is it a triangle. When Museveni is seated in Luero, his rebels could block the Kampala Gulu Road. They would also sneak into Mukono and block the Jinja Kampala Highway. The same group in MPG, they would block Mitiana Road. They would block Hoima Road and they would block Masaka Road. This is why we call it a triangle. And Museveni was fighting 45 miles from Kampala. Soldiers would see the rights. Yes. And these soldiers, the northerners who dominated the army at that time, were using the Gulu Road. So these people, Banga, Bafuke Motoka, Nabani Bafuna appetite, Bawambe government, Kati Jagaran Kuburi, Omuntu yenna, ayagala okuparalyze, ayagala okutiisa abantu ku luguudo lw'e Masaka akuba global. I'm not saying nti mukube global. Si Swift. Tasobola kuba Swift.
In the analysis, it would be something else.
Swift buses are suspected. How many are they on the road? Kuliko Bizimaka, kuliko Swift, endigito yavaako, ekitakulo kyavaako, wasigalako global. Anybody who wants to paralyze Kampala Masaka would attack, would identify, would target global.
The company with the biggest fleet.
Yes. Chobola bantu bana abasajja abawalabu bategeera. How do we edge out the Americans, the Europeans from the airline market? Bakuba Paniam, they have America. The moment Panam was targeted, abantu ne batya, the largest. Alfred Yabalasha, ne Panam. Kakati ne bategeera. This as a result of attacking a Pan Am, one of the largest companies in the air transport. What has happened? The Europeans and Americans
now fear the company.
Avoided their transport. You hear Qatar, you hear Emirates, you hear Taxi Airways, you hear Egyptian Air. Toyiza kunimba byomugende mbirimbe bala batasoma. I did intelligence. I did security as a course.
Toina tewali akulimba. Wena ICC ekuba Uganda.
Yes. Ngeji kubirachi. What have we done?
Your argument, Mzee, this is a group of ADF that is sponsored by people in the government.
Yes.
What do they want to achieve?
This is a group of ADF that survived and turned themselves into
a hired
group. Ngabola baba mercenaries is a group that is hired by government people to kill people, their opponents. A group where that's why when as you move towards it to capture it, but suspects babatta. I know how it operates.
Wamma. Buli lwe bagenda obbakwata
bali
ba suspects police nge bakuba.
Kati komanyi lwaki Kigondo Meja Kigondo bamutta. Meja Kigondo, it took many people to Sudan for training. And at that time, remember, this was a time of the emergence of the Tablighi sect, Abasalafu, and they occupied the Nakasero Mosque. Government blundered. They encouraged the fighting in Islam because they thought that these people were fighting entrenched corruption in the traditional Islamic sects. Oyina okukijjukira kyekyali ekiseera ekyokuteekawo maka agreement, bateekawo joint administration, baleete Kakooza, baleete Dokita gundi Kisuule, baleete Dokita Nasifu, mwete mubimanyi the maka agreement. Kakati Trabi was in Sudan. Bin Laden was once in Sudan. This is what people don't know. This is why the Sudanese government was using Antonov planes to hit us. Why? Because they did not want Sudan to be divided into several states. But again, Tigalanga, Yasomane Museveni, Sudan, Dar es Salaam, Gadanga went there for masters. They knew each other. Even their choices and the Dinkas are the same.
I see.
Yes, cynically. The catches of arms that the Okeros used to fight to Tropo Obote were destined for SPLA.
They were supposed to go to Sudan.
Yes. Obote was by 1970s. Obote was training. They had the camps. Anyanya 1, Anyanya 2. You don't know these things.
I see.
Kakati nkubulya ne gamba. Enala naye gwe omanyi ani yakuba. Do you know the people who burnt essomero liri lyatengereka Kichwamba? Do you believe it was it?
We heard it was ADF.
Gwe.
We heard that the rebels were ADF.
If you want to know that it was not ADF, or ADF was aided, go and talk to Lieutenant General. When the Kichwamba Institute was raided, there was a meeting for division commanders in Kampala. And you ask this man, I was in Congo, ask this man how he survived an assassination on the way because he was perceived to be a Mamunga.
I see.
Where is the Benzi? The boy who came with rap band, the way he was treated. I wish Kazini was still alive. I would give light on who actually attacked Kichwamba. It was not ADF alone.
I see.
It was an aided mission.
Hey.
Let anybody, I'm giving you an Kkwo. You ask, let those who are in charge of Bombo ask whether Kichwamba was not attacked a day after, during a meeting of division commanders in Kampala.
Probably a coincidence.
And as a result, Lieutenant General Angina was put on Ukatebe. But Angina was in Kampala attending a division commanders meeting when Kichwamba was attacked. Here you know, Mani, Nimanya. I know the people who burnt Kichwamba, whether ADF or not ADF. I know them. And you will get these things in my memos because I've written. I've given you one clue. Let anybody ask Angina whether there was whether at that time when Kichwamba was attacked, he was not a division commander. 2, whether there was no meeting in Kampala attended by division commanders. Ask Lieutenant General
how that is related
whether
to Ziyamba.
He did not survive an ambush as was coming to Kampala. Me have written, I started the M.i.S.O long time ago.
I see.
There are many things I've written that will supply people in the future. There is no incident that I have not investigated and found the culprits.
Don't you think this is why they target you every now and then?
But do they survive? I'm a superhuman. I see. Let me tell you, I left the State House in 2014, and I wrote in my book, Masters of
Deception.
How mafias control the state. I said that 1, they give you privileges which you fear to forego. 2, they fatten you. They give you important assignments, mainly if you're not a graduate. 3, they take advantage of sickness and loans and privileges like Mayiga, who was given. Mayiga had criticized Museveni's convoy. How can a person who is loved Neka baka bamukuma bamboa baina mafumu Mayiga yavumanga Museveni. Kati after analyzing these people, Ssaako chintu na chimu. In the 14 years I remained in the State House. Nali mujenyi. I was a mugenyi in the State House.
Wagenda kulambula.
I was a tourist in the State House. I just went to study Museveni and how he does things. That's why they served me, humiliated me. Oh no, Museveni luaboko blow to people. Now we jam monitor. Now I'm ready to humiliate me. I've hit at him. I fought to luaboko, and I will continue fighting him. If luaboko, let me tell you, if luaboko believes that he can be a presidential candidate, I will fight him. Nterera amazi. I've written in my book when you read Kkwo. Nterera amazi. Nti bwe kibanga nga ayimiriddewo n'amazi nterera amazi akalunka w'amazi. Because Waboko fought me. Nareta, I have abused his mother-in-law. Namuvumie, nakoze chi. I've written inside the palace. Kaja kanka nyenseni. Ejjoga eryo eribajogesa abaana b'abanammwe ne mutufuula embwa ne mulowooza mujja tujja wano mututwale mu toyi mutufuule toilet paper. I'll never do it. For 8 years, I've not gone back to State House. I've gone there once to collect my chain. I've met Museveni once, and I don't intend to see him. No, njagala okulaga lwabwogo.
Is there anyone in this country who doesn't want to see Museveni? I'm playing games, seek and hide. Am I a younger girl in my village? Ntereramas. When you have all stands with Amazi, Ntereramas. I see. You can't vote him.
And I'm happy. The battle line is clear. Ndikumuhozi.
Everyone is in his way.
Lwaboko is finished.
I see.
I was explaining to people, and I said, if Sheikh Museveni he has only 2 boys, and there is a battle who to succeed him, and one of them is found at a pork joint eating pork, is finished.
Of course.
Lwaboko is a person,
son of a sheikh who was found at a pork joint.
First of all, I tricked him. He came up and defended and disassociated himself from Obutambi. No, I have that one. Ninda mukbata jakuda. Ninda kubalu abogo cannot stand. I have stinkers because I've been recording this man ever since he chased me from State House.
10 years back.
I bought this machine. Do you know that at one time when Museveni received those recorded tapes, he doubted them. He doubted. Because even Museveni himself could not know that there is a person with this technology. Was it brought by government? It was brought by me.
I see.
I've been recording it for the last 8 years. Taina waita. I have stinkers against him. When Rwabogo stands up against Yamazi, I vote Yamazi. Nterera. Recently I got my money. Say that Nurinja Benyo Dogomana, Nenya Bamuti, Nenya Muti. I hate this man. Every day I'm a traditionalist. Every day I burn fire when I go to the mountains. I catch this man who has stabbed my family. No kuba mwana wangu. Ni mwagalo muta. Now got sent to Rijasema. I'm playing. You are not playing any game with me. You are finished. Quisa.
I see.
Luabogo cannot stand anywhere in this country and seek power. Mukubia utambi katogena Mukuba. I want him to retaliate. Mukbata ubusinga wo. Yamukubabu lidate. Do you know that Luabogo has been under house? Do you know that Luabogo has been under house arrest for 3 times? Mukubia utambi nga alajana. How can you defy Museveni, your father-in-law? So if you defy your father-in-law, Luabogo is finished completely. I tell you, ne farmers what woman. He will know. Luabogo is one of the most hated people in Yama, Najitakamo Faradoni, Narumbe Nyanja, Narumba Nyama, Newamirama, never joke and see on now. Taina Wari. Oh, Musika wawe day.
Tachabukwata.
Atasola. Omusika yo wali.
Ne mzee muhozi gwoliko.
Omusika wali.
I don't see.
Where have you? Let me tell you.
Agenda ku Twitter ne yeyita omuchwezi.
Museveni is a lucky man.
Nanga fe tuli bachwezi.
Let me tell you. Museveni is a lucky man.
How?
Museveni, when he went to the bush, what was the percentage of UPM voters? Was it negligible?
It was negligible.
Yes, the battle was between Semogerere and
it's true that the UPM
but Semogerere decided to go to parliament thinking that Obata will reform. Obata could not reform. Obata did not want to create several centers of power, and he wanted to create a single party state. Many DP supporters and MPs were killed.
I see.
I'm seeing 2 or 3 people have been disqualified in this election, and it's questionable. But during the Obata time, then Mwanga asked, how can Museveni atazalibwa mu Buganda afuda mwati akalo nirabira Luwero? It was a very productive coffee area. Mwalimu abanyarwanda banji. Mu Luwero waliyo olukola abalalo gye bali.
Kitu.
Yes, it was not Buganda. It was different.
Engoma.
Naye Luwero, I'm even investigating. Ate ibeerabira bwe bali bakuba mu 66. The people in Baganda who staged the strongest resistance were in Luwero bamunanika. Abasajja be bamunanika obwakabaka bwe baavaawo batte ente entezi ttaano ne bafumba emmere ne bakuba eŋŋoma olubiri lwa kabaka luwaling the soldiers to attack the Lubiri. Abasajja ne baddira ennyama ne bagiteekamu obutwa, deadly poison. 300 Obata soldiers died after feasting on this food. Because they were idiots. Kali kabati. Badda mu miti waggulu ne bakuba eŋŋoma ne bakola kino nga abasajja bali miti waggulu balengera abajasi nga bajja. Kakati obusiru bw'abajasi baategeera. How could the people of Bamunanika celebrate when the Kabaka had fled? Ate bakola batya pati mu Lubiri.
Mazima.
Batta abajasi b'Obata ebikumi ebi. Era this is why Obote turned Bamunanika Palace into a training area camp for special forces.
I see.
Nti Museveni yatunulira nga resistance nze waliwo mukwano kwa President Museveni bamuyitanga Zubair Bakari yangamba nti by 1975 Museveni sent a group from Mozambique to tour all of the areas of Uganda to find out which area could support a guerrilla war. 75 and they identified Luwero.
He had the plan.
Even in 79 Museveni was opposed to a conventional war against Amin because he was a fairly Tanzanian occupation that the leaders would be stooges of Tanzania. Museveni was interested in a guerrilla war. But at that time, talking about a guerrilla war was not impossible.
Yes.
Was not, people could not understand it.
Not conceive the idea.
And this is why Bali hiring them Israeli commandos, but Jeba Jekami. Museveni Gayaga no. The Bamugantia, Amin will use your attacker, you run away. Your attacker, you run away. Amin will kill our people. Museveni had even refused to participate with the Obote Chikosi Maru. That's why, because of Nyerere, was given the Western Axis. Yes, even in 71, the first time to attack, Museveni yatuke Embarara. Kakati chikutegeza nkugamba nti Obote yayononya Semwogerere because Semwogerere yajja yayina abajamani nga bamuli bubi twalina Frederick Eberts Foundation and Conrad nga ne bannaddiini bamuli bubi give Milton a chance yetayiga
mpulira
kakati Semwogerere ye Bobi Wine has given Museveni a chance by not going to resorting to violence.
Of course.
Ugandan is one. Chobola best you ain't gonna be here. Kubali nerwa. Best I suspect, strongly suspect best Gondi Mbabas bali nerwa bo. I can play tapes.
I see.
But to form a formidable group against Muhozi. How? Unuia kubidwa. I've told you, the Museveni is a lucky man. We have.
Luck runs out.
When you hear Museveni proposing, directing Parliament to expedite this bill on denial
of bail,
you don't know. Me, I have not talked to Museveni. I told you, I last talked to Museveni physically 8 years ago.
Once
we disagreed. He was telling me to forgive these people. I said no. I wanted to expose these people. Era baba, you know, nti wabogo yali agala kwa president tajja bufuna. I will fight him. Nterera amazi. The Banyankole know what I'm saying. Nterera amazi. Luabogo na imira na amazi. Nterera amazi. The worst. Nterera amazi. I cannot give my vote to Luabogo. I will be voting utterances mutemuzuli azayogera abaganda siza kola nabo njagala bano. Can work separate the making of an African Hitler. This is a Hitler.
Serious?
Yes. Toawulira katambike. Aveya abwega. Nokati ngenda mugunda akalala. Ngenda kuba obuliddati. Ngenda kuba stinkers. Ngenda kuba obutambi okujja konga kkiriza nti mpanise.
Bivuddeko.
Kati ndi wa mukozi kibe kabisa. Mu byobufuzi temubeera mumuzindaawo. Oba teyeesimba oba mukozi teyeesimbawo. Nze gwendiko. Noyo mukuba bukubi nterera amazi. Even if Luabogo stands with amazi, nterera amazi, akalunka wamazi, tik iji wamazi, nterera. It tells you how entrenched my hatred is. He killed my political career. Nadira, buli kantu kanga kwa nambu, njagenda nyamupa, ono kumulenzi gwe. Nawe oli kawonawo. Mbangenda mufukami. I'm playing games. Nze yakulaba, nemulabanga mwavu. From Getman to President, you cannot.
ate yeewaana I got my money. Mirundi can be Lwabogo doesn't move wisely, he will not end up with a spoon. No joke about no one here, no one yarako, no joke and see on the in a cent. What's on so and sent him on his equi? Fena not yoga not yako. I don't believe on us that we ever have an encounter with the DC man.
I see.
Yes, Kayati Kugam. And Museveni is a lucky man. And Mugozi is a lucky man. Why? We have a case involving the killing of Ugandans in hospitals. This case has reached a level. On 2nd November, the case commences. They will start giving evidence via Zoom for 1 month. Do you know? It involves the ministers. It involves politicians. 63 of your surgeons, including medical doctors, Masaka Lugazi, are involved. But Mbane Valida. Entebbe Amsterdam. This is the last announcement. Entebbe Amsterdam. Those in the business class, please, it's time for boarding. But Mbane Valida. But Mbane Valida. But Mbane Valida. But Mbane Barwana. But Mbane Valida. You are going to see ministers. You are going to see
boarding a plane.
Museveni tricked these people. He gave them his lawyer, this intelligent, well-nurtured, well-brought up, who was not a getty man, because the people remain with the strains of a getty man. I wouldn't accept giving a chance to accept the president who was a getty man. From getty manship, that generation has gone. We are not talking about getty men, trade unions. No. Kalujire is handling the case.
But let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
If the president is giving them a lawyer,
yes,
that means he wants to exonerate them.
No.
Why is he
This is what I
them?
told them. Can you tell lies your lawyer? Museveni has gathered the information that these people really killed the people to extract their organs. That's one. I can bet my money. Museveni cannot condone the killing of patients in the government hospitals. Where doctors, including local doctors, where these people are using accidents for commercial purposes. And they have been united. The risk, you go to Netherlands, you will see a risk being nagende waffe ne musabira kwali kulisti kwali ejogo lijo nalyo yina mutwe alla mutukubidde amubye balayi mu kyenyi buli ngende waffe omanye waffe tuyina ebintu bisatu mu tradition tuyina bisinde bitawanya mungu ina emitwe 11
emindi
tuyina kusawa mwenda tukuma akasana ka myaka 10 ne tweyambula buli linnya lyoyogeranga okuba ku batokisi ono mulenzi ndamukenderayo yannereegamu
enyaye waliyogera n'okunamira akasana.
What you, I beat my tracks naked. It is reciting your name. You pay. Ejokuli omulenzo ndija mugwa mutwe. Tumulina kati.
Akasana ka myaka 10 mukapima mutya.
Tetukamanyi. Kakati nkubulira. Museveni has gathered the information. It is claimed that 4,000 Ugandan girls were killed in India alone, and their organs were extracted for sale. One time, we shall play tape where Chinese came here and they were bargaining like in Rufula. How much is a hat? Because previously you people you saw that I was joking. I'm going to play a tape of the Pakistani whom I chased here. But you will see these items are coming from conventional hospitals. So what I'm telling you, when I asked him in Museveni, and the one Museveni does things, because Museveni is facing a challenge, these people have been arraigned before the International Criminal Court. And because of the seriousness of the offense, trafficking in humans and their parts has been categorized as now is a serious offense and is rated as a capital offense, which carries a minimum of 26 years in prison. Kakati, how do we, can Museveni afford a case in the International Criminal Court? Would mean that Museveni abetted killing of people in US hospitals. First of all, he has gathered the information from Karugire because he's their lawyer. They have confessed to Karugire that they killed the people. Yes. For me, I knew that Museveni was luring them into a trap. They now know they have been carrying out meetings, doctors, what is the 63 doctors. So, what can Museveni do to avoid embarrassing Uganda in an international ICC trial, where it is going to be mentioned that ministers, high-ranking politicians, celebrated medical doctors, including those in Morocco, carried out illegal extraction of organs, leading to people. My daughter was killed in Albert Cook. I have evidence. So how can Museveni save this country? Museveni can save this country.
Can he really save
by instituting a local tribunal to investigate. But a tribunal cannot investigate crime, murder. This is why Museveni says, "Mwe mutia temwatabantu who has killed the people." Is Museveni talking about Kkwo? This is why Zirinya and the other Sewanyana, because they failed murder charges, have been detained. Whenever the judges release them, they are rearrested. But Father Mugisha, who made the political rhetorics attacking Museveni, comparing NRM to a bus, a Ssaako, comparing a blanket, even Mayiga said. And do you know that there is a Chinese woman who is implicating Mayiga in these things?
Serious?
Nange nali newunya Mayiga kino akiwona atya. A Chinese woman is suing Mayiga and Mukula over organ problems. Nabagamba nti wano Ssaabasajja Kabaka atuyambe. Nabagamba dda 5 years ago nti wano Ssaabasajja Kabaka atuyambe. Mumwaki guno guyita ku mbubbu nga tegwesokodde. I'm telling you, there is a Chinese woman who is suing Mayiga Katikkiro and Mukula over alleged organ selling of her husband's organs.
Serious?
Yes. The Kabaka must take a decision in advance. If he does not want this situation, the institution to be embarrassed. So what I'm, in my opinion, what I'm saying, that instead of risking an international tribunal, because a final list has been issued by the International Criminal Court, anybody who goes to Hague will receive this final list of people. Kyobula nkugambi timuhozi ayina omukisa gwa kitaawe abadde amwerigamu abadde amweripamu
abaddamu ekipaatako yanywedde omwenge alimu bamusanze ayagala okusikira Sheikh Museveni bamusanze ali mu mbizi ewandegeya n'obugaalubindi bwe omusajja oyo yajooga Lwabwogo destroyed my political career every day. Even when I went home in the mountain to perform my traditional rituals, I included, I curse him, I make a special.
Museveni arrested over human skulls. But abantu bebasanga n'obuwanga ate.
Anti kankubuulire.
Balina bebasanga n'obuwanga.
Ekyo kimu kakati tuteeka ku conclusion.
Organize bwe bazituuna abantu babeezikira.
Nti Museveni would prefer an internal tribunal. But an internal tribunal means civil issues like violence, election violence like in Kenya. This is murder. Extract, which is an international,
which is a
criminal
offense.
So this law bill against the denial of bills is not targeting politicians. This is a group that has killed the people in hospitals. Innocent Ugandans in hospitals.
You suspect the bail,
yes.
The bail thing
because anti nkubuulira nkugamba ti Museveni yabatega mu kusooka lyaziyita allegations zange kakati n'abawalooya we Kalugire ne bamubulya ekituufu twatta abantu mu malwaliro baddokita b'emulago mwebali baddokita b'erugazi mwebali Eastern Uganda battanga abantu all of those accidents were masterminded. Masaka omukazi dokita ekitovu gyali kakati babadde bayi mu meeting ye Museveni yabatega n'abawa mukoddomi we Kalugire is handling this case kyobalaba tinze nabagamba sijja pawaayo sijja balumiriza nange ne bampa biliyoni zange 3 Kalugire n'atwala 7 ono Lwabwogo n'aziremera nolinja kuba Lwabwogo oli kawunawo ninjogera be oba nkuteera empeka singa olizondo if you know how much our family hates you Lwabwogo you wouldn't even nabagenda ne bazimujjamu Eggulo yagenze wa balamu namwekayirira balamu nkolere enteekateeka ndabe my brother balamu n'agana ask balamu Lwabwogo has reached a level of desperately looking for a friend Muhozi. He talks to Balamu refused. Hey, bamugambye Lwabwogo said, why don't you give this man his money before he finishes me? Ne bamugamba, why did you take his money? Why didn't you deliver it? Nze mbamuwulira beka nongenda bano obulala ngendo kuba Lwabwogo tasobola kufuka ggwanga lino. We shall be making an African history. A man who says Baganda for those Baganda. But the man is myopic, has a very dangerous ideology which you cannot accept and cannot kill anybody. Embeera gye bamutadde continent y'omuntu ne farms ezikwata omuliro. The best he can do is fly like an envelope.
Muzeyi wabadde ombuulira ku kintu ky'abaseggirinya bano. Seggirinya ne Sewanyana. Seggirinya wuyo bamusudde emulago.
Yes. Anti kyekubuulira
ne gavumenti muzeeyi yakola bwetyo bamumma bbeiro batuuse kumuwandula batyo.
Yes, let me tell you, why do we have treatment in hospitals? Why don't we have treatment in the sick bay in Mulago, in Guno? Katonda byabagamba. Parliament passes money. Many people have been former students of Luzira, Nambozi, Mugwezi. Moses had stayed there for a long time. There are many who have had a stint in Luzira. Do their stint teach them on how to improve Luzira? We would be having the best doctors in the prison because all of us are potential prisoners.
Yes.
Let's make it again. Me, if I was a Luzira man, I wouldn't have allowed I would keep him there. Nafa. Ejogo ly'abantu bano abaka ba parliament. Nemwetekawo n'abaana bamwe bazanyira. Nemwewa n'emmotoka 300. Nedda Seggirinya yalifiiriddeyo. Singa nze ndiyo nenfuna omubaka parliament bavi njagala afiireyo. Kibasomese. Yes. How much money do you give Ministry of Internal Affairs to improve Luzira? Yes. Single Sigirinya yafiiriddeyo nakano nekafiirayo ejjokoli mbugundi atubuulira olanya. I went there to visit Sigirinya. How many people have you visited
since?
Why those where is Sigirinya? Has he gone to visit the victims of bomb blasts? Who is Sigirinya? He's not because he wants to behave like a Kadaka. Populism. No. The Legislative Assembly should boycott, should shun criminals. You are shame them. Yes. Nzabana abange balina crimes ze bakola nisigenda you rape
ekyo kibinyo.
Yes, except under these circumstances the government yawa nekuwayiriza byotakoze kabe baleeta tape nene ntu yakusa yaleeta tape naye ajja kusasula nakalima ajja kusasula nalwisa ajja kusasula. Imagine when the terrorists targeted transport, Nalwisa wrote a letter frustrating efforts by taxi drivers to unite. Ekitegeza has ulterior motives. Now, Museveni yali kwatiddewo Nalwisa. The state authorities that would encourage, in fact, would be saying that taxi drivers are failed to unite. But Nalwisa, a senior aide on Security General, writes to ensure that taxi drivers are not united, they don't forge unity in an area where the transport sector how can a housewife break a padlock in a village where a village is suffering a series of robberies?
I see.
Museveni should arrest Nalwisa. Nalwisa should have been a victim. No, Nalwisa should have been a suspect. Why do you frustrate? Why should the housewife break a padlock on a village which is suffering a series of robberies?
Is involved.
How can Nalwisa write a senior aide of the president? The issue is simple. Tebaina mangezi. Nti bwe balonda ababadde babirayo sente nomubba nemubba sente mwabatazikoowa mwabatakoowa sente mujja zirikawo mujja kudduka bombo aliruddawo abanubbi bakola bombo werizi bombo mumuzimbye mu bantu bajja bikubba tujja kutuuka ekiseera omuntu abuze iyo muzimbo ya nani si yangu muzimbo ya nani iyo muzimbo wa Kuba baduka abegana ebizimbe byabo iyo muzimbo ya nani muzimbo Kuba ya nani si yangu sijui baduka bana abalya sente za covid balwamira mangadduka bamubuuza million za dollars waziteekawo balwamira they would die without respond in their homes.
I see.
Omulabe bwadduka nga bebagadde seddume zente baziyita endogoyi babanoonyi oyo olabe balwamira mabasempijja abalya sente nga batema iyo muzimbo ya nani muzimba Kuba ya nani si yangu sijui ng'omulabe bwadduka lwamira abadde ateekawo kalusu ne babba ente ekiro ne bazitwala kalusu n'amala emyaka 10 ku balaalo banno abalunda ente ali mu mpaleyo abo balwamira matu tujja kaba bakimbia kwa nini nakimbia iko watu abatuka hiyo mzimbo bingwa wa nani sijui si yangu bana babatuka olabeba Nalwisa ngemvise bakutte mangeri nga batuka bakuba bizimba byako omuliro
bamubuza ekizimbe cyane
who knew that 8 years ago when I left one of the reasons why they fought me was that I had known that they were killing people in hospitals and extracting their organs. The media in Uganda, independent media, independent of who? The failed media, the mercenary media, was given for 10 billion.
To keep quiet.
One of the Chinese who are managing a Chinese hotel in Kampala
who is involved in selling. People who used to go there would be killed and extract their organs. Gave them $5 million. Somebody went to Oman, got there $10 million. The prosecutors of the ICC area had taken a bribe of $30 million. Did they give me any money? I'm playing a game. I've defeated you. Waboko for the first time conceded defeat. You never become president of Uganda. You must you are in fact fighting for your survival. Let anybody go and find a list of those who have been indicted. Powerful people. Abantu bagenda babuuza tugenda kutunda amayumba kamwe buli muntu yenna yafiirwa abaana abakazi baali batuuse ku 18 tugenda kutunda amayumba kamwe tusasule bano sente zammwe ebizimbe tugenda bitunda property byemagula mu mawowoolo tuzimbe memorials amalwaliro tuzimbe amasomero tuzimbe emizikiti. You have stolen for nothing.
Njagala kubuuza muzeeyi lwaki gavumenti yo erinda omuntu n'abeera mu kkomera n'asaba right ye ya beyiro ne bagigaana ne bamuvuga ekiro ne bamusuula emulago?
Nabaga nti problemu yaabwe
ate si gwe gusoose bakikola
ebigambye ti they are formidable there are two groups. One wants these people to come out because if they don't come out they will not recruit others to do the same what these people have been doing. But for me, whatever bamwine bamugobe masaka n'engala bamwine n'engalabiye ne sejjembe bamwine najja sejjembe masaka ngali besimani wa Lwaboko ayumukoma otenderezebwe Katonda w'eggulu bamwine yatambulanga manyi kati amukyaye mbubajeko ayu bamwine naye namuteekanga yeeri ewaffe bamwina ajja kubona abona nyonge ya pende ku mulumbe bamwina akubiddwa naye namukonako wano samwenda ogw'ekironga tulinneke bamwine yeregera ku pulogulamu jakem bakutere bakwasa omutwe mutani wakajiji nazijjako jakemu bakwasa omutwe kakati mbagamba for me omwezikiteeka do you see this nakivubo. This man was accused of not having money. In fact, when I read, let me conclude by it. I said...
The Yellow Times magazine.
Yes. But it started it, I think, 5 years ago, 10. So it would have been complete by now. I said, one of the accusations leveled against President Yoweri Museveni is that he gives more attention to foreign investors than to local investors. Looked at using simplistic microscopes seems a valid accusation. However, basing on the following reasons. One, the law that directs investment in Uganda has a clear definition on to who is regarded as an investor in Uganda. The definition under Ugandan law is that an investor is a person who is ready to invest in Uganda $500,000. You don't know it. You qualify to be an investor if you are going to invest in Uganda $10 million, $500,000. The law applies equally to both foreign and local investors. What one needs to have is an investor's license. Many of our local investors do not understand that whoever gets an investor's license enjoys the benefits of an investor. There are many prominent businessmen and women who have invested heavily in Uganda but have not found it necessary to get this important document called an investor's license. Two, any country will strive to woo foreign investors because they come with a lot of experience and money, except the one you have. These are, when you read the Singapore story, one Rio says, this burden full from a failed state called the Philippines comes. Native you take it. But
kali kakubye singa kadusida singa yembwa teri mu Uganda but Uganda we have listened to idiots. Ugandans have
instead of investors.
We can listen to crooks, idiots, fools, and insane people, even if they are white. Uganda tuyina kye tuyita okunuga oba okeneka. We kukeneka you. You look what an idiot, you look what a fool, you listen to
But you say people are asking, who vets investors?
No.
Who vets those crooks?
Ani kugambye nti Museveni gave this young man
it is said they are brought as
permission
just fronts
to invest because Nachivubo was donated to us by the British after the Second World War. Uganda gave a loan to Britain of 400,000 pounds and a Mary, a ship, a warship called Uganda that was damaged during the Falkland War was bought out of this money. And as a result, after the war, the British gave us this Nachivubo. It's an antiquity. I had fools. It must be relocated. An antiquity cannot be relocated. It's like a clock tower. It cannot be turned into something. In fact, previously, it was a monopoly of share. You could not have a company to advertise on the clock tower.
Like what
in fact,
is doing
whenever the clock tower, the clock had problems, we would say European woman coming from Britain to repair it until recently. There was also a case here. A man ran and stood at the clock tower, and the police came and arrested him. We had a prominent lawyer called Henry Kayondo. Kayondo argued that this area territory at the Koloko Tower belongs to the British government. That a person who
runs and stages there is not arrested.
Is not arrested in
this country.
That was Kayondo's argument. This territory where the Koloko Tower stands belongs to the British government. Queen is away. The Queen came here, I think, in 1954. Queen is away. Where the Queen passed.
Is that
you call it Queen is away?
Isn't that post-colonial?
Queen is away.
Why should we have that history of someone who came in the 50s?
The Koloko Tower is an antiquity. Nachivubo is an antiquity. Buganda lent money to Britain, the Buganda government, 100,000 pounds during the Second World War. And as a result, the British, imagine, they did not give us a school, they gave us
a playground.
Yes. This is where the originality, the British realized. Realized the importance of sports. And we used to do, our sports teachers used to tell us, a healthy mind in a healthy body. We used to do PE.
Physical education.
Physical education every morning.
Yes.
This was the background of education. Nekati ebisaawe babitunda.
Babitemako.
Ebisaawe babitunda. But what is embarrassing is that the first lady is the Minister of Education.
Very embarrassing.
In fact, for me, nakyogera nembaga nti mwalimu wadde mulimu yaga navuma nazaalawo. But if we live longer, and this government leaves power, the first lady will be a permanent appearance in any inquiry in the Ministry of Education.
Serious?
Where did the money of TV go? Where did the money of radio go? Radio sets?
The money of pamphlets and reading material.
I'm telling
supposed
you,
to be
if we get a new government
during COVID,
and we set up as usual audit committees, the first lady will be embarrassed in the old age to come and defend these things, and the question will always be, you cannot blame somebody that I was frustrated. You had all the powers.
Of course.
Mbabazi said, I don't have political power, but the first lady cannot escape. Whereas, if the first lady did not have political when power, he was sharing the same bed with the president, then it would mean we are saboteur.
Of course.
I told these people,
8 years ago.
Intentional sabotage.
Lwaboko nalowooza mbu ansinza amaanyi mubye ate siryogerako ddala lwabwoko ku nsi Katonda ne bwandagira kitange ne bwakomawo Katonda ne bwatuma Jibuliiru siryogerako na lwabwoko ku nsi siryogerako na lwabwoko
obukyayo butuuka ne Katonda okubutuuka ne bulemerawo
lwabwoko killed my political career kyobulaba nkugamba nti mbandiisa akatabo kange nteerera amazzi very abusive nteerera amazzi lwabwoko nayimirawo n'amazzi nteerera amazzi yes tugende nteerera amazzi natubonyobonyo natujoga buli wamu nteerera amazzi